Explains that within the next 3 years, he wants to shave off 4 seconds off of his time, which is 1 minute and 53 seconds in the 800 meter, to be competition for the Summer Olympics.
Preparing for the Olympics, it's a long-term goal, so it's going to be a little tedious process, but it's a goal that I set for myself over the next 3 years. Every day practicing twice a day. It takes a lot of commitment as far as distance, lifting weights, weight regimen, diet, and everything.
Training for the Olympics requires tons of hard work, dedication, and stamina. Emory Nash focuses on improving his time for better chances of going to the Olympics and being competition for the other runners. However, Lorenzo trains under Emory, and Emory inspires and influences him to go to the Olympics. Nash, a Fort Worth native, was selected as the GCAC's best male track athlete for 4 weeks straight in 2014. His specialty is the men's 800 meters. Dillard freshman and distance runner Lorenzo Gordon says he hopes to follow in Nash's footsteps.
Yeah, Emory, he been guiding me a lot. Like, he been helping me do stuff I ain't never done before, pushing me to my limit. He been a lot of help for getting me ready for the season.
Nash expects big things within the next 3 years, from shaving off time from his 800-meter run to being in the Olympics. Also, Gordon envisions himself running right next to Nash in what some consider to be the most prestigious sporting event in the world.
Dillard's women's volleyball team almost pulled off an upset. WWT reporter Brandon Wilson has been following the Lady Blue Devils from the beginning of the season to now. Brandon, they were so close.
Yeah, the Lady Blue Devils had a strong start and finished strong, though they fell to Suno in 5 sets in the semifinals of the 2014 Gulf Coast Athletic Conference Volleyball Championship. Let's take a look back at why they did as well as they did. The Dillard University Lady Blue Devils volleyball team, now 1-0, kick off their home season game at the battlefield against Edward Waters College.
I went out and I did a lot of recruiting. It was going to be tough to replace a Carolyn Baker. Carolyn was a Louisiana Newcomer of the Year, but I went out and recruited 5 freshmen who I believe can carry that load.
The Lady Blue Devils finished with a season record of 11-7 last year, with returning players Astasia Williams and Mercedes Chavez in the lineup. They feel they can go deep into the finals this year as long as they stay focused and determined. Team captain Mercedes Chavez, who is expected to dominate at the net, leads by example. She works just as hard at practice as she does in the game. She's optimistic, and her work ethic will rub off on her teammates.
Every single day, whether it's a game or a practice, I try to build their level of confidence, make sure they don't stay down, let everyone know that anybody can be a leader on the team. I also like to leave the past in the past. For example, if we have a game and we didn't do too well, I let that go. You know, it's a new day. Every day is a new start.
Last year, the Lady Blue Devils had a short season with only 18 games and finishing 11-7. This year, they face 23 tough teams and have very high expectations to start off strong and remain undefeated. Well, we know that didn't happen. With the loss to Suno, Dillard finished the season 13-12. They were only 2 points away from the championship game. The last time Dillard defeated Suno in volleyball was November 10th of 2011.
Stay with us. Find out how Dillard is meeting some basic needs of its students.
New Orleanians call a black male summit hoping to avoid another Michael Brown or Trayvon Martin killing.
And Dillard puts on an unforgettable international festival. Those stories are next.
Some Dillard students struggle to pay their college tuition. Sometimes just meeting the basic needs is a challenge.
WDUT reporter Julian Render finds a well-kept secret on Dillard's campus that's inexpensive and making life a little easier for students. Julian?
This well-kept secret is known as the clothing closet. Students who are in need of clothes, coats, etc. can stop by, shop for free, and leave. No questions asked. New Orleans native and graduating senior Chantrell Green struggles financially to buy clothes, but with the help of Dillard University Clothes Closet, Green doesn't have to worry about spending money on new clothes.
In our generation, trending clothing is coming from Salvation Army and American Red Cross, and that is the new thing. So it's not because it's refurbished clothes, it's because it gives you a chance to change your style and be fashionable.
The Clothes Closet has a variety of clothes for students that are struggling financially, such as blazers, dresses, and suits for young women and young men. The supervisor of the Clothes Closet, Diane Woods, says it has been around for 1 year.
I think it's beneficial for the simple fact that when they have professional interviews, they can come to the closed closet and make their selection.
Woods says Dillard strives for its students to excel academically while taking care of their most basic needs. And in this case, it's clothing. Woods says it's hard to determine just how much is distributed each semester. However, she says she's thankful that the university can meet the new needs of students because of donations from faculty, staff, and nonprofit organizations.
What happened to Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown should never happen to any black man. That was the sentiment echoed at the Black Male Summit hosted by Dillard University. City officials and all concerned gathered in search for answers.
I would like to talk to you about something that has been going on for years, the African Americans' fear against the justice system.
Young black males and city officials assemble at the Black Male Summit attempting to rebuild a broken relationship with law enforcement. The brokenness stems from a detachment between police and black men. Although both parties take ownership for their actions, black males are apprehensive when confronted by police because of mistreatment in the past. New Orleans native and U.S. Attorney Kenneth Polite says he can relate.
This is an issue that affects all of our community, really, but particularly our African-American young people, like myself, someone who grew up in this city and has already experienced much of the issues that we were talking about today. So it's a very personal commitment for me to be here.
The fear and mistrust black males have toward law enforcement has created a disconnect within many communities. St. Augustine and Dillard University hosted the Black Male Summit in efforts to bring both parties together to communicate about these pressing issues. City officials, including Sheriff Marlon Gusman, U.S. Attorney Kenneth Polite, Police Chief Michael Harrison, Judge Benedict Willard, and Mayor Mitch Landrieu respond to the concerns surrounding law enforcement and minorities.
And it's always about young African-American men knowing they're important, and it's our job to give them opportunity. It's their job to be responsible, and hopefully both things will meet in the middle. And hopefully today was a really wonderful step in the right direction, and I hope we have more of it.
After today's meeting and the new consent decree in place, the city of New Orleans can expect a better outcome in combating these plaguing issues.
Thousands support the Susan G. Komen New Orleans Race for the Cure every year, and this year was no different.
Your team come and support.
Breast cancer is a deadly disease that is found in women and in very seldom cases men across the U.S. It is the second deadliest next to lung cancer. A breast cancer patient explains how she handles the process.
I'm a Christian, and I said, just, let go and let God. And so that's it. And so I'm not concerned.
Statistics show that 232,510 women have breast cancer. Of those women, 40,000 die from it. Today, men, women, and children participate in the Walk for Breast Cancer. For some, it's a sad day, and for others, it's a celebration. Some people are not lucky when dealing with breast cancer. The cancer is hereditary, and the female offspring is more than likely to inherit it.
I'm a two-time survivor, but the very first time that I was diagnosed, my mom was also diagnosed that very same year. So in 1999, it was a very difficult year for us.
The Susan G. Komen Foundation helps find cures for breast cancer. However, there are ways to help prevent the cancer. Every female and male should perform self-examinations for any lumps on or near the breast.
Dillard University hosted its second International Arts and Music Festival. WWT reporter Tamika Simmons talked with organizers whose goal was simply to expose festival goers to all kinds of music, food, art, and culture.
Those are the days
Dillard University hosts the second annual International Music and Arts Festival, which Rayshawn Rafer is the coordinator, who rescheduled the event due to bad weather last year.
The feedback I got from the students and the community as well as for the vendors. This year the festival was rescheduled. We had a little rain that came, but that didn't stop us. It held up for the rest of the festival, and we're excited about it, and next year we hope it's bigger and better.
The second annual International Music and Arts Festival brings many countries together to show the Dillard community a taste of their own lifestyle and custom within the United States. Dr. Julie Bassaret appreciates that the event at Dillard gives other nations in the world a chance to come together to present their traditions, which means a lot to them.
This is a wonderful way of bringing everybody together and realizing that the joys and sorrows of life are at one point expressed in the same way as any other nation. So we definitely look forward to showcasing our culture. It means a lot to us.
Despite the threat of bad weather, the festival continued with successful stage performances, activities, and vendors. I'm Tamika Simmons reporting.
Thank you for watching this edition of Dillard University's Newscast.
Have a good evening, and we'll see you next time.